What's up guys, my name is Dean, aka the Blue Crusader. So far our adventure's gone through a lot of twists and turns and we have tackled many challenges. We've managed to survive so far without too many problems and amassed a fair deal of materials and constructed farms and equipment to aid us. Since the 4th chapter of our survival adventure, things have changed in our Skyblock world. So let me update you and open up chapter 5 of our Skyblock adventure. Let's begin. Things were falling into place. Although we had constructed a pretty nice place for ourselves high above the clouds, we still hadn't got everything down just yet. I was of course still a farmer, but I'd also spent a lot of time as a woodcutter, getting timber by cutting trees. Our tree farm, which we still use now by the way, was pretty simple, just a few cross sections of saplings, mainly oak, and it was important because nearly everything we needed to build used or involved wood in some way or form. Of course later we would optimize this process by growing jungle tree saplings instead, due to the higher wood yield that they gave. Oak saplings were not very good because they did take a while to grow and they didn't really give us many blocks of wood at all. But one entirely new thing since last time was our mob farm. Of course a lot of things go into running such a big machine as a Skyblock base of operations, so we needed things like bones for bonemeal, arrows for bows to shoot down those terrifying little winged beasts from the skies, I'm talking about phantoms by the way, and generally loot drops were just useful. We had set up a hopper system and a set of chests to sort the different drops. Of course our initial mob farm before was just simply a wooden platform, so it wasn't very good at all, but now that we'd extended it and upgraded it into a real farm, it was actually pretty effective and it gave us some great loot. A huge tower where those spooky guys would fall and drop their loot with no problems or questions asked. Pretty good upgrade if you ask me. You'll see me around the trees a lot, cultivating a fully functional forest and mainly chopping trees for wood. I was a jack of all trades on the server, basically a handyman who just did any of the jobs on our reservation. I wasn't really much of a builder in Skyblock, so this was probably the furthest I'd come and the longest I'd played, because it was of course pretty boring for me when I tried it in the past alone, so I didn't really mind doing the little jobs to get us materials if it meant the wheel kept spinning. Equipped with bone meal, an axe and some juicy, tasty, rotten flesh, it was all I needed to become the most efficient lumberjack in all of Minecraft multiplayer. Meanwhile, on the top of our mob farm, everything was left exposed. We had to break away the previous blocks and build up the roof with slabs to cover everything up. This was a time-consuming job, but just another day in Skyblock for us. The most annoying thing about this was the spiders. Of course in daytime it was not a problem at all, but nighttime was a whole different story. When you crouch to not fall off, remember things can actually still hit you. This is the kind of feeling you always have when building in the nether, but each with wooden slabs we built for hours and hours and days and weeks and months, and then after 1 year of building, when our hair was now grey and our teeth began to fall out and our stomachs empty of food and throats craving water, we finished the build. Trust me, that's the truth. I didn't over exaggerate the story for entertainment at all. A standard day for me was to check all of our crops and see if they were ready for harvest. This included watching over cactus farms, which was at the current point pretty useless, but a job that had to be done nonetheless. The islands sometimes had zombies on or skeletons, but during the day it was pretty safe. It was not worth farming the cacti, mainly because of how many hearts that I lost just by going between them or bumping into them by accident. Then there was the mushroom farm, which was naturally dark inside, so there was always skeletons and witches and other mobs literally generating inside. It was like a second mob generator or mob grinder, although we really didn't have any control over it. So sometimes we had to just grind our teeth and go in to clear them out once in a while. You probably wonder, the Blue Crusader, how are your stories so intense and exciting and epic? You're the best storyteller, and how is everything just happening so fast and there's never a dull moment in these videos? Well, you're probably not thinking any of that whatsoever, but you'd actually be pretty wrong, because mostly this story would just be me breaking leaves for hours for saplings and apples, so I sometimes do have to cut out a lot of the parts in this. Most of the Skyblock sessions just involve cutting wood for literally 1 hour repeatedly. But that's the beauty of a story, because you only need to hear what the storyteller wants you to. Fly mode had always been an essential for us on the server. The server granted each rank a specific number of minutes of fly mode. When it ran out, you better hope you were on the ground or you dropped from the sky like a falling piano or a bird falling from an electric tower. Well, as a newling, meaning noob basically, it was time to advance in the ranks of Skyblock and become the hero I was meant to be. I spent most of my hard-earned farming money to become a beginner. I was not yet a member, but it was a start. Now nobody would call me a Minecraft noob because the rank just simply wouldn't accept it. And the rest of the story involved me being my usual self, slaying monsters and beasts, cutting trees, chopping sugarcane, and making a name for myself in the server. You know, heroic things. And then after curing our first zombie villager, we now had a fully functional villager trapped in some fences. Humane and kind, I know. Well, this would be the start of our first villager farm, and many more of those guys would come. And that concludes part 5 of our Minecraft Skyblock journey. There's still some more parts to tell, and things are still going full force, so look forward to another storytelling soon. Thanks for watching this Minecraft video. Make sure to leave a like on it and share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications by clicking the bell so you don't miss out on daily Minecraft videos here on the channel. If you enjoyed this Skyblock adventure and want to see more, this is all you have to do. I'll see you next time.